Hey guys, what is going on? This is Daryl, aka the D from the Simple Incredible podcast, and today I've got my comic haul from my Florida trip, aka Florida. What did I call it? The 2025 Florida Disc Golf Tour. But I also had to hit some shops while I was in there, some comic book shops, because I love my comic books. I don't get to hit too many shops anymore because I got to tell people the closest one to here is probably an hour and a half away, and it's just a long journey. So when I was down there, I made sure I hit Coliseum of Comics, Plant City Comic Cafe, where my good friend Randall he's at, and Urban Legends. I've heard so much about that. So I was in Lakeland, so I went to the Lakeland Coliseum of Comics. I did a little video of their store, so definitely check that out. I got to talking to the guys at Plant City, talking to Randall and talking to what's his name, Greg. Oh my gosh, from Urban Legends. I am blanking. I think it was Greg. If I'm wrong, I do apologize. Stone Cold Steve, he told me, he's like, dude, check it out, man. And so yeah, and unfortunately, I didn't get to hang out with any of my Florida guys except for Randall. Sorry, guys. It was a hectic week. It was a hectic week, but man, what a fun week. Now let's go into the books. Um, Nothing like absurdly ridiculous, but a lot of books that I'm like, yeah, I wanted to add that to the collection. The first one actually was free from Urban Legends. I was buying some books, and he was like, "Here, you know what? Here, take one of these." So I don't know anything about this. It is World Tree, James Tinian, and so I was like, "All right, cool. You'll throw it in. I'm not gonna say no." Even though I almost did say no because I didn't have a lot of room for the stuff. So this is one of those. I remember a couple years ago that this was kind of I'm not gonna say a hot book, but a book I was interested in, and I heard people say it was pretty decent. And then it just kind of fell off the table. It was Bunny Mask. This is from Aftershock. I don't know if the series ended up not being very good or what, but I remember hearing about this book, so I was like, you know what, I'll pick that up. Why not? This one, um, I picked this up for the cover and the title. I know absolutely nothing about it, so it may be a horrible book. It may be hilarious. It may be graphic. I don't know. But I just saw this cover, as like that. It sold me. Man Goat and Bunny Man from Zenoscope. I just saw that cover. I was like, what in the world is going on here? This is the 2023 spring special. Yes, spring special. Again, I know nothing of this, but I was like, all right. It's just, it interests me. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but okay, okay. Like I say, I don't know what's inside of this book. I don't know. But and then I made a mistake because there is a 3 issue series of these, but unfortunately, that's not the part of it. So I got issues 2 and 3, and I didn't even realize until I got back to where I was staying that this isn't part of it. But anyway, here is Man Goat and Bunny Man, Green Eggs, and Blam. That's issue 2. Like I say, I just saw issue 1 on that. I didn't even read the bottom. And here's issue 3. So at some point, I got to find issue 1. Um, like I say, I have no idea what to think about this, but just I just thought it looked cool. And like I say, it may be horrible. We'll see. At Plant City, I picked this one up. This is also Tinian, which I think I mispronounced his name. Tynion? I don't know. I don't know. But this is issue 1 from Dark Horse. A true weird story. Let this one be a devil. Um, I know he does some amazing writing, so I was like, you know what? We'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. Randall, if I don't like it, it's on you, buddy. I realize I'm kind of going back and forth from which shop I got stuff from. It is what it is. I'm a kind of a sucker for the complimentary books that used to come out probably in the 70s, maybe early 80s. Here's another one. Compliments of Radio Shack, Superman. Well, they don't have the issue number on it, but yeah, he had a bunch of stuff like this. And I always kind of thought those are kind of cool. I know I've got some Pizza Hut ones from and other ones from different places. So I always thought those were kind of cool. This one I picked up from probably Coliseum, I think. Usagi Yojimbo. This is this another issue 1? I think this was also issue 1. I always liked the Samurai Rabbit. You know, maybe that's why I like that Bunny Man one. Maybe because, you know, the Samurai Rabbit and that guy just looks like that guy like from Haunted Hill or something, with the axe. So maybe that's why. I don't know, but I went and picked up that one. And now, these are some books that I thought was kind of cool. So I was like, you know what? Let's pick these up. These 3 were also from Urban Comics. This is one I saw in a while back. I was like, I had no idea that was a thing. So when I saw it in person, I was like, gotta get it. The Punisher meets Archie. Just because, and it has a die cut cover. So I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. So you know what? Why not add that to the collection? If I'm going somewhere, odds are if I'm getting books, somewhere there's going to be a Harley Quinn in there. And this book, I happened to see online recently, and I was like, oh man, I want that. It's kind of cool. So I picked this up, and I was like, why not? And it's actually autographed by Nathan Zerdy, which I hope I pronounced your name right. I'm really bad at names. We all know that. But I saw this one. This is one I wanted. So it is Catwoman 43, and it is autographed by Zerdy. So I was like, yeah. We'll put that in the collection. Because like I say, I was actually looking online recently just for this book, and he had one there autographed. Take it home with me. And he had deals where if you buy so many books, you get one free of different price ranges. And I was checking out. He's like, oh, you can get another $10 book for free. So I was like, all right, let me look around, and I saw this one. It's not in good condition, but it's a book that I've wanted for a long time. I actually have. Do I have it over here? A Harley Quinn print of this cover when Neil Adams did an homage of it. Let's show you the book while I'm talking about it. Neil Adams did a Harley Quinn homage, and he was selling prints at Heroes Con, and he autographed it for me. The only thing I hate about that autograph is it's a big print, and so I really was hoping he's going to autograph it on the newspaper, because on the print the newspaper is blank. So I was like, it would have been so cool if he autographed it on the paper. But this is one of those books that I've wanted for a long time, and it was basically a throw-in. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll definitely take that. Just one of these kind of legendary, not, maybe iconic, maybe not quite iconic, but a really nice Superman cover from back in the day. So definitely glad I got that. And now this last stack, let's put these right now. So are these, yeah. Now, again, I don't have an LCS. So these books I'd heard a lot about. I don't know anything about them. So I was like, you know what? Since I'm right here at them and I can get issue 1, let's try it. I have Absolute Superman #1. Now, see, these might be second, third prints. You know what? Let me actually see. Oh, it's right here in front. Gosh, I don't know what print that is. 136. So I don't know what print that is. So, you know, it could be, you know, a later print. I don't know. But I was like, you know what? I'll go and grab that. And they also had Wonder Woman. I don't know, is that a 6th print and this is a 4th print? Because this is 144. I'm not sure. But anyway, I saw them. I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and add those to the collection. And then this one I've heard the most about from the Absolute run. Absolute Batman. We have 5, 4, 3, 2. Let me see if these are all first prints. Yeah, those are all first prints. And he had issue 1. Like, you know what? Let's go and get it. There we go. So I'm really interested to read these to kind of, because like I say, I've heard a lot of hype about those books. Don't know if they're any good or not. You know, we'll see. We'll see. But I've heard a lot of people talking a lot of praise on these books. I did see the Batman issue 6 just came out, which again, I don't know if I want to drive an hour and a half to get that one issue, but you know, maybe. if I'm near one of those shops, I'll stop by and see if they still have it. Probably sold out because I think it came out this past Wednesday, so that's, you know, what, 5 days ago. So yeah, we'll see. But what a great time down there. Found some awesome shops, and hopefully I can make it back down there again. Hit these shops, maybe find some more. There was a baseball card shop there, but it's funny, like the sports card shops, I've really transitioned to being a little bit of sports cards and then a lot of gaming now. The one I went to had a massive gaming room, which I was like, wow, that's crazy. Had this tiny little front room with baseball cards, football cards, you know, sports cards, but the back was just huge. And I was like, wow. I mean, it probably had enough for 100 seats or more. A lot of tables lined up, seats on both sides. So I was like, wow, this gaming is huge. Gaming is huge. So anyway, that had nothing to do with the comics. But that's all I got. We got a lot of stuff hopefully starting to line up. I'm starting to work on lining up a few people for the podcast again. I had somebody lined up just before the trip, and the trip came up really quick, and that's why I had to cancel that. But I'll be reaching back out to you very, very soon. So looking forward to that. And that's all I got. And you guys have an incredible day.